So in concept of full stack, there are two kind of things. One is front end, one is back end.
Okay.
One is front end and one is the back end. So in the part of the front end, we are going to be learning so many technologies. Like we are learning HTML, HTML4, we are learning CSS2, we are learning JavaScript 5, and we are learning ES6, ECMAScript,
Okay.
and we are learning Bootstrap, and we are learning HTML5 and CSS3 and jQuery, okay, and finally React.js. React.js is the modern JavaScript library for user interface development. And these are the kind of technologies for the front end. And coming to the back end, so what are the different kind of technologies we are learning in the backend part? In the backend part, we are learning Node.js, Express.js, okay, and database connection is MongoDB. So we are going to be connecting with the MongoDB database. Okay, so these are the different kind of things we are going to be working on. And one more database I will go and cover, that is called Firebase database, Google's one, Firebase. Okay, we will do one application with MongoDB and we will do one application with the Firebase also. So you already know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, I think so. People already know HTML, HTML4, CSS2, and JavaScript, right? You already know. These are the three things we already know, correct? So we need to learn. These are the things we need to learn, right? ES6, Bootstrap, HTML5, CSS, 3 jQuery, React.js in the part of the front. In the backend, we need to learn Node.js, Express.js, MongoDB, Firebase with projects. And completely, this particular session is going to be taking 2.5 months to 3 months. Okay, 2.5 months to 3 months. 2.5 months to 3 months. And first of all, what I'm going to be dealing with is, I'm going to be dealing with the React.js. So before going to understand React.js, we should understand ES6 features. See what are the different kind of ES6 features which are going to be available in the JavaScript. Modern JavaScript it is calling. Modern JavaScript it is calling. Okay, so nearby 10 to 12 features which are going to be available. 10 to 12 features, new features got added. New features got added in JavaScript. Those particular features we need to get understand for the ES6. For example, some people are actually learning Angular as a front-end technology. So for them, TypeScript is important. For them, TypeScript is important, and TypeScript is object-oriented JavaScript. TypeScript is object-oriented JavaScript, and this is going to be taking 20 days sessions. Okay, but we are going to be dealing this one. This is actually very famous when comparing to the Angular. And comparing to the Angular, React is very famous. And Angular developed by Google, React developed by Facebook. Got my point? Got my point, Harish and Nisha. And after learning React.js, if you have some interest, then you people can learn React Native mobile application development also. React Native is basically mobile apps development. You can develop iOS, Android application from this. iOS, Android apps. iOS, Android apps also you can develop with React Native. First, React Native, React we should know. Without knowing React, you can't be able to understand React Native framework. So that is your additional thing. After the full stack course, if you want, you can go and learn React Native, and I will guide you how to learn React Native also in the future. Okay, and this is also you can able to add in your resumes. So better you can get the job immediately within 1-2 days. So after updating your resume in the Naukri, within a week you can just placed with React and React Native. So I will guide you how to do that properly. So first of all, coming to the React.js ES6 features, I will take the class on Saturday. Separately, ES6 features, I will take class on Saturday. Okay, is it fine? And CSS3 and HTML5, I will take classes on Sunday. HTML5 and HTML5 and CSS3, I will take classes on Sunday. Even jQuery also, I will take classes on Sunday. So this session, morning session, directly I'm starting with the React, continued with the Node.js, Express.js, MongoDB, Firebase. So first of all, React.js. What is React.js is? React.js is JavaScript component library which is using for develop modern web applications. Am I clear? React.js is JavaScript component library which is using for develop modern web applications. So official website for the React.js is react.org. You can directly go to react.org. You can directly go and see react.org. React.org, official website of this. Sorry, React.js, react.js.org. So can you see this? This is going to be having docs, different kind of docs you will be having, and you will be having a different kind of tutorial. So this is official documentation and blogs. Multiple blog is there. Community is very good, and community is open source community. You will be finding lot of courses, examples, podcast videos. So all the things which are going to be available in the React. So what are the different kind of paid courses you will be having? So how to follow the React in the library itself? It is going to be showing for you. And first of all, React. What are the React features? Are what are the React features are? Why we need to choose the React to develop the front end developer or front end part of the web application? Features of the React. The first feature is we can able to develop single page applications. We can able to develop single page applications with React. Single page applications with React.js. So what is single page? What is multi-page? I will tell you. What is multi-page? What is single page? What is multi-page? What is single page? An application which is having a lot of requests. An application which will contain lot of front end pages. An application which will contain lot of front end pages. An application giving request and taking response multiple times. An application giving request and taking response multiple times. That is actually multi-page application. So multi-page application server burden is very high. Client burden is very low. client burden is low. And coming to the single page application, what is the benefit of the single page application? An application which will contain single page in the front end. An application which will contain single page in the front end. And one more thing, an application which is going to be giving a request a single time to the server. Okay, an application giving a request based on component. Next, single page application server burden is less. Client burden is more. Okay, so server burden is less, client burden is more. So whenever server burden is less, automatically you can able to connect multiple users at the single time also to the server. So server cannot able to hang or can't go hang mode. So then that type of applications are very famous nowadays. That is the benefit of the single page application. So what is the first feature I'm telling here? We can able to develop single page application using with the React.js, that I will tell you, and I will show the different kind of examples also for that. And that is the first feature we will be having. And what about the second feature? Is React follows. I told you already, single page application. And the third feature is React allows or follows virtual DOM. So for each and every manipulation, real DOM not response. A virtual DOM is going to be giving a responses. Real DOM cannot able to affect with all the responses and requests. And React allows actually a virtual DOM. This is a very excellent feature in the React to do application faster. And in React, application is lightweight. And one more thing is React follows one directional or unidirectional flow. Okay, component to component flow is going. And one more thing is React is open source. See, what is open source? No need to pay for the React. You can download freely from the Facebook community. And React is having large scale community for developers. React having large scale community for developers. And one more feature is React using JSX syntax. So what is JSX? I will tell you in the class. What is the JSX syntax? Why we need to follow the JSX syntax? I will tell you in the class. Is it clear, everyone? What are the different kind of features which are going to be available for the React? Okay, first of all, if you want to do practice with the React or develop something in the React, we need to go and install Visual Studio Code editor. So this is the nice editor you need to install for the React. And once you install VS Code, first install Node.js from nodejs.org. Why? Because Why? Because React developed on Node.js. React developed on Node.js. Okay, that is the why reason we need to install Node.js first. So after installing the Node.js, we need to follow the two type of project creation. How to create project. How to create project. This is the next procedure. How to create first project with React. There are two steps. There are two ways to create the project. One is the npm command line. npm command line, and one more is cdn links. You can follow the cdn links also. Okay. So npm is node package manager. What is npm? npm is node package manager. Node package manager. So we will be having some commands. Through the commands, I can able to create a project. How to create the project? So create a React app. So you can just follow in Google. If you want to create a React new app, a very simple steps you need to follow. This is the commands. First npx create hyphen React hyphen app name. Then immediately cd into the my app. My app is the app name. cd my app. Then npm start. Automatically project is going to be starting for you. CDN links. So there are multiple kind of CDN links we need to add. CDN links are actually content delivery networks. Content delivery network links. And these particular links are actually internet connection should be required. Whenever you want to use the CDN links, internet connection should be required, and these particular links are available in the cloud. Anytime this particular cloud is available for you, and through the content delivery network also you can able to create a React application. But this is not recommended. This is not recommended in the real time. Not recommended in the real time. Only for practice purpose you can go for. What is the recommended one? npm node package manager is the recommended one in the real time. Am I clear? Got to understand how to create project? Can I show how to create project now? Anusha, understanding? Anusha, understanding? Huh? Okay, so let me create a project first. How to create project using with npm? How to create project using with npm? This is the command you need to give in the command line. And before that, check it out, Node.js installed or not. Node.js.org is the official website for us. Node.js.org is the official website for us. So directly you can just move to Node.js.org. Just move to Node.js.org and take the recommended version. Recommended version is latest version 14.17. So based on your operating system, you can download. So my download is a Mac operating system. I already have Node.js. So check it out. What is the latest version you got installed in your machine? So how to check latest version Node installation? How to check Node installation? Just go to the command line. Just go to command line and give node-v. Node-v. And go to command line. Check it out about npm-v. So these are the two commands. One is a node-v, one is a npm-v. Node-v is checking node version. npm-v is checking npm version. So in my case, my MacBook, I will be having terminal. In your Windows machine, you will be having command line. You will be having command line. So what I want to do is, first of all, I want to check it out. Node version, node-v. So my command line is visible for you, right? My command line is visible for you. Node-v. Okay, my node version is already 15.14.0. And I need to check it out my npm version also. npm-v. npm also I got installed like a 6.14.12. So okay, I got already node installed, I got already npm installed. The next thing is what? After installing the Node.js, you need to install what? Visual Studio Code Editor. So how to install Visual Studio Code? Go to the website. This is the website for Node installation. This is the website for Node installation. After it, go to Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code download. Open browser. Check for Visual Studio Code download. And based on your operating system, you download it. After downloading, please install it. Okay, download Visual Studio Code from website called this one, code.visualstudio.com. Okay, so after doing this, what you need to do first of all, and how to create project? Open command prompt, enter below commands. Open command prompt, enter below commands. Okay, what are the different commands we need to give? First command is npx create react app my app. First of all, I have a folder already for the React projects. So I need to go to the folder. First of all, where is the folder I got created for the React class? So that's folder called one folder called React class. Okay, let me create another folder called React underscore apps or React underscore 8 am. So this is the folder name, or React underscore what I call with class, React class. So my folder name is what? React underscore class. This is my folder I got created on top of desktop. So what I want to do, first of all, I want to navigate to the folder. How to navigate to the folder? cd desktop, going to desktop, then cd react-class. Okay, I'm in the folder called React class. Then what is the command I need to enter? What is the command? Very important command. npx create react app and app name. Okay, what is the app name? My first app. Is it okay? Don't create project name with the capital letters, project name with the small letters, definitely. My first app. I'm going to be creating my first app here. So when I'm going to be preparing my first app, so the project is going to be downloading from the internet. See, whenever you are practicing with the React, compulsory internet is required. You're working with the React, internet is mandatory. Don't forget about it. So it will take a few minutes to download the complete project into your folder. It will take few minutes to download the complete project into your folder. This is my folder, and this is the app. So project folder is getting creating. Can you see this? Package.json downloaded. So many other files and folders also getting downloading for you. So many other files and folders also getting downloading for you. You're following, right? Mahesh and Anusha. Harish and Anusha. So based on your internet speed, it is going to be downloading all the folders and packages. Okay, so a folder got created, node modules folder, package.json downloaded, node modules folder downloaded, still downloading, process is going on. Okay, one more file got created, package.json, and one more folder downloaded, public folder, one more folder downloaded, src folder. Okay, so done. Project got completely downloaded. So this is the folder I got downloaded completely. Inside the my first app folder, I got node modules folder, I got package lock.json, I got package.json, I got a public folder, I got src folder, I got a readme file and all. So then immediately what it is saying that, so you got a project created, successfully created first project on suppose your folder like users desktop React class my first app. So finally what it is going to be telling, first of all cd first my app, my first app. Okay, immediately you need to enter the command like cd my first app. You are moving to the, you are entering into the project folder. Okay, I am in the my first project now. After in the first project npm start. Npm start is the command to start the project with server. So React projects are actually working with the servers only. React projects are working with servers only. So my server is getting ready. So localhost, yeah. So this is the server working and server React project created, React project running. Can you see React logo? It is running, right? It is running. React wheel is running. That's what actually a project was already created now. So now I want to open my folder with the Visual Studio Code. Open folder. So where is the folder I got created on top of desktop? And React class. Where is the React class folder? This is the React class folder. My first app. My first app is selecting and open the folder. Okay, my folder got opened. My folder got opened. So in this particular folder, I already have so many folders inside. Public folder is there. SRC folder is there. Public folder, SRC folder. Any other folders? One is the public folder, one is the SRC folder, one is the node modules folder. You don't do any modifications in the node modules folder. Don't disturb the node modules folder. In public folder, index.html is there. In public folder, index.html is there. Okay, so let me take the diagram. So this is your browser. This is your browser. Finally, to the browser application render. Finally, to the browser application will render. Before the browser, there is one file called index.html. Before the folder, before the browser, there is a file called index.html. Index.html is available in the which folder? Public folder. In which folder it is available? Public folder. Am I correct? In public folder, index.html is there. In public folder, index.html is there. Okay, in index.html, so much content is there. I don't want to go and all. Inside the body, inside the index.html body, there is a ID called root. There is a ID called root. Understand? In index.html, there is a ID called, there is a division. So what is the division here? So one division is available. and that division is having some ID called root. One division is there, that division is having ID called root. That division containing ID called root. First of all, you should understand what is happening with index.html. Root is there. And finally, where this root is going to be committed with. Root is going to be committed with src folder. Public folder close. Go to src folder. Index.js. Index.js, that root again mentioned here. So now index.js is the very important file. Now index.js is the very important file. This is the index.js. This is the index.js. Index.js. So in index.js, this particular root is going to be placing. And on top of the root, what I need to place? On top of the root, what I need to place? I need to place a component. I need to place a component called app component. See, everything is a JS file. Every component is a JS file. In React, every component is a JS file. So this is the JS file. And one more JS is called app.js here. One more JS called app.js. This is my first component basically. This is my first component basically. App.js is first component, default component. First component. App.js containing with the first component. That first component placed on root. So in index.js, what is happening in the index.js? I will tell you. In the index.js, component placing on top of root. Component placing on top of root. This is happening in the index.js. What I need to render, where I need to render. There is a question called what I need to render, where I need to render. So this is the question. This is the question, what I need to render. And this is the question, where I need to render. This is the question, where I need to render. For example, I am asking you, put this particular book on table. So what you need to put, where you need to put. You are putting a book and you are putting on table. In the same concept, you are taking a component and you are placing on top of the root. You are taking a component, you are placing on top of the root. That component is going to be app.js, that is going to be placing on top of the root, and that should be configured with the index.html and index.html rendering to the browser. So this is the running process of the React project. This is the running process of the React project. Got my point now? Got my point now? Okay, let me go and create inside the React class folder, and this is the first day. I'm going to be third 3/6, and inside it I am going to be save the diagram React demo, something like this. So can you see, understand what is happening here? Index.html containing root, index.js containing with the root, and app is the component got placed. App is the component got placed on top of the root. So what I want to do is, I don't want to multiple things on app. I just want to take just a simple text. I will delete the complete header. I will put hello first app React. Hello first app React. Logo is not there. I am deleting the logo. Okay, now whenever I save app.js, automatically here hello first app React got placed. Can you see this? Logo deleted. Previously logo is running, right? Previously logo is running. I just deleted the logo completely, and I just placed a text like hello first app React. Okay, I don't want this. I want to take a h1 tag, hello React. I'm taking one h1. I'm taking one h1. I'm taking another h1. I'm taking another h1. I'm taking a multiple h1s here. Save it. Browser is automatically rendering. Your localhost, your server is automatically rendering whatever you are doing there. See, it is basically giving to you the procedure of connecting with the multiple files. See, finally browser is going to be taking index.html, but index.html is rendering with the index.js, but index.js merging with the app.js. This is the process. This is the process. Is it clear? Is it clear, Harish? So yesterday we started about React.js. What is React.js and why React.js, all these things. There are so many features about the React.js. Slowly we will understand all the features in React.js like uh, virtual DOM, single page application development. There are multiple things we will be having. So we just want to go through that things. Visual Studio Code. And what is the folder I created? So what is React.js? React.js is a component library. React.js follows JSX syntax. React follows ES6 features. React files are JSX files. React developed by Facebook. React developed on Node.js. React is open source. React is simple. React is declarative. React used for develop SPA. SPA means single page applications. And React have very good feature. What is the feature here? Virtual DOM. So this is a nice feature. Virtual DOM. React have a very good feature called virtual DOM. What is the virtual DOM? All these things we will see later. And React follows MVV pattern. React not follows MVC pattern. What is MVC? Model view controller pattern. What is MVV? Model view pattern. MVV means model view pattern. What is MVC? Model view controller. So later I will tell what is the MVC and what is the MVV, all these things. Model view controller. But Angular follows model view controller. React follows MVV, model view pattern. So coming to the React.js, the official website is react.js.org. And how to create new project with React.js, we are going to be looking into this. And before going to create a project in React.js, first of all, Node.js installation is required. Open browser, search for nodejs.org and click on recommended version, download for the operating system. OS means what? Operating system. OS means operating system. And check for the node version. Open terminal and CMD. Terminal or CMD? Terminal for Mac, CMD for Windows. Terminal for Mac, CMD for what? Windows. CMD for Windows. And one more thing is check npm version. Open terminal or CMD. npm v. Okay, let me open terminal. I'm opening terminal here, and I'm going to be checking with the CLR. And node minus V. What is the node version? 14.17.6. What is the npm version? Npm minus V. Everything is good. Everything is good. So I got installed node, I got installed npm. First of all, before creating a React project, we have to check node installed or not, npm installed or not. Then only we go for the project creation. And project can be creating with two kind of ways. React project creation. React project creation follows. React project creation follows in two ways. In two ways. One is React project creation follows in two ways. The first one is CDN links. CDN links. Second one is npm command line. npm command line. These are the two different ways which are going to be available to create the React project. The first one is CDN links. Second one is the npm command line. CDN links low. What are the kind of links we need to provide? What are the libraries we need to provide? One is the React.js. React.js. That is the first file. And one more is React.dom.js. React.dom.js. One more is Babel.js. Babel.js. What is the Babel here? Babel is transpiler. Babel is a transpiler to convert JSX to JS. To convert JSX to JS. Why? Because of we are writing JSX code, right? We are writing JSX code. But browser HTML can able to understand only JS. HTML can able to understand only JS. What this Babel can do? Babel is going to be transpile your JSX into JS format. And there is one more format like npm command line process. So first we will see CDN links, then we will go for the npm process. First we will see CDN links, then we can go for this process. What is the process? npm command line process. So yesterday we discussed one architecture. What is architecture we discussed last class? I'll show that. So what is a folder? The folder is this one. Yeah, this one. I just want to go with the folder React.js. And we've seen two architectures. I want to explain the architectures one more time. So the first architecture is the simple architecture. Where is the architecture you will be having? So the first architecture. So what is the HTML page? What is the React page? What is the HTML page? What is the React page? What is the HTML page? HTML page is going to be file.html and which is going to be having a lot of elements. Inside the elements, we are going to be injecting the JavaScript. So I told you the copy is your HTML. Inside the cup, we are going to be pasting the JS. JS is pouring into the HTML. JS is going to be pour into the HTML. Coming to the React file, you have the JS cup. We have the JS cup. Inside the JS cup, we are pouring the HTML. The thing is very simple. Basically, on top edge, we will be having the index.html. Top edge, we will be having the index.html. Inside the index.html, index.js is going to be integrated. Index.html, index.js is going to be integrated. Inside the index.js, app.js is going to be integrated. App.js is the first root level component. App.js is the first root level component like our document in JavaScript. Like document in our JavaScript, app.js is the first root level component which is going to be created for us. On top of the app.js, we are going to be having a number of JS files, number of components. Here in the React.js, every JS file is a component. Every component is a JS file, both. Every component is a JS and every JS is a component. You clear with this? And React is something like a component tree. React is completely component tree, and React is declarative. Declarative means we are actually placing all the components one after another or one inside another in the React.js. This is the first diagram we discussed yesterday so far, and one more architecture we discussed, that also we will see. So preview, if you don't want to go for preview, open with brackets. No. Right. Where is it? Yeah, this one. So HTML we have. On top of the HTML, we are making CSS, or we are wrapping with CSS. On top of the CSS, we are wrapping with the JavaScript. This is the JavaScript, right? On top of the JavaScript, we are going to be having jQuery. On top of the jQuery, we are going to be having Bootstrap. This is the common scenario. This is the common scenario. And where is the React? React is actually wrapping with all these things. React is going to be wrapping with all these things. Why? Because React having some Bootstrap, React having some JavaScript, React having some CSS, React having some HTML. Combination. Maybe jQuery you can't able to find. Maybe jQuery you can't able to find in the React. But HTML we have. Why? Because whenever you are creating the component, inside the component, HTML code will be there. Div is there, heading is there, paragraph is there, form is there, table is there. That will be the HTML. Finally, injecting process is HTML. And CSS, whenever you want to make styles and changes, CSS mandatory. CSS properties are mandatory. And coming to the JavaScript, anyway, JavaScript is required. This JavaScript is each and every component is a JS file, right? Each and every component is a JS file. But here the thing is not JS, JSX. The new feature got adding with the React, that is called a JSX. One more syntax we are getting adding with that as JSX. And here JS badal మనం ఏం చేస్తాం ES6. The advanced JavaScript we are going to be using, or modern JavaScript we are going to be using. And anyway, Bootstrap is going to be utilizing with the React.js, that is called React-Strap. React-Strap. I'll show how to use Bootstrap in the React.js. So this is basic architecture yesterday we discussed, and we will see all these things one by one. We will see all these things one by one. The first way is what? The first way is what? CDN. First way is what? CDN. How to create React project using with the CDN links. How to create a React project utilizing with the CDN links. So what we can do now, we'll directly go to the React.js.org. React.js.org. Just jump into the React.js.org and go to the docs. Go to the docs. Just observe the procedure. Observe the procedure. And coming to the React docs, try React. What is that? Try React. Where is the try React? Try React is available here. Go with the try React. So what I want to do with the try React, just move to the try React, come down. We will be having the, okay, so download the HTML file. Download the HTML file. You can download the HTML file, complete HTML file of the React first project. And you can go this and you can see a complete HTML file for the React.js. Complete HTML file for the React.js. Just copy the complete HTML here. So just observe first. Just observe first. Where it is starting with, first of all, it is going to be having HTML file. Then this one, compulsory. Char set is compulsory. And one library. What is the library? First library is React development.js. One more is React. One is a React.js. One is a React.down.js. And one more is the Babel.js. I told you 3 libraries compulsory required. One is the React.js, one is the React.dom.js, one is the Babel.js. After that, just move down. Now you can see, don't use in this production version. What they are saying that? Don't use this in production. Anyway, CDN links project. So we can able to create a project with this also, but in the production, we don't follow these procedures. This procedure is only for your practice purpose. This procedure is only for your practice purpose, but don't go for the production. Production NPM only. Production real-time application NPM only. We will go to the NPM then. And coming to the body here, coming to the head section. Head section is over. Then body. Inside the body, can you see? Observe. There is one root level division available. There is one root level division. In Bootstrap also, we will be having one root level division that is called container fluid. In the same way, we will be having the root level ID1. And after that, some script is available. Some script is available. Can you see? Observe the script. And this script type is text by Babel. Basically, in the JavaScript, we are writing text by JavaScript. Text by JavaScript. But this script type is the text by Babel. Babel script. Babel script. React-DOM.render. React-DOM is the method. This method is available from the library called React-DOM. This method is available from library called React-DOM. So React-DOM.render. Render is a property. Sorry, render is a method. So this is completely one method. React-DOM.render is completely one method. Method is nothing but this is going to be having function open parenthesis, closing parenthesis. Open parenthesis, closing parenthesis. This one. React-DOM.render. 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 React-DOM.render, which is going to be a method. So this method is going to be rendering something. What this method is going to be rendering? This method is going to be rendering HTML content. This method is going to be rendering HTML content. See, observe. In JavaScript, we have the JavaScript method, React-DOM.render. JSX method, not JavaScript method. JSX method. React-DOM.render is JSX method. So in the JSX method, we are going to be rendering one HTML. That HTML is going to be placing on top of the root. That HTML is going to be placing on top of the root. So document.getElement by ID root. So what I need to render, where I need to render. There is two questions in the React. Remember, these two questions are fundamental questions. React developers need to remember only one thing. What I need to render, where I need to render. What I need to render, where I need to render. So what I need to render, I need to render this one. This one is what? This one is what? What I need to render means I want to render H1, sir. I want to render H1, sir. Where I need to render? Where I need to render? Where I need to render? I need to render on top of the root. On top of the root. So two questions we have. What I need to render, where I need to render. I need to render H1. I need to render a H1 on top of the root. Why? Because of root is available here. Root is the global element in your index.html. On top of the root, I need to render the H1. So this is the root division. Inside the root, I need to render the H1 from JavaScript through JSX. That's it. That's it. So you need to understand only one thing: React-DOM.render. React-DOM.render method. In the render method, we have two parameters. The first parameter is what I need to render. Second parameter is where I need to render. Inside the parenthesis, we have the two parameters. First parameter is what I need to render. Second parameter is where I need to render. Where I need to render. That's it. That's it. If you understand this procedure, you can do anything in the React. Okay, let me show how this is going to be work. So can I copy this completely? Can I copy completely? Copy this and create a new file. Yeah. Can I save this HTML? React CDN. dot inside the folder, our folder. What is our folder? React folder, and today is the date 9 by, inside the 9 by 12 react cdn dot html. This is simple HTML file, react cdn dot html. So can you see, observe now? Can you see, observe now? First of all, it is HTML file, and second, meta charset UTF-8, and the title is hello React. Can I say hello React? Yeah. Hello React, and script src some react development.js, next react dom development.js, next babel min.js. You need to understand one thing: the flow of adding library is very important. The flow of adding library is very important. First is React, second is React DOM, next is Babel. Flow is compulsory. There is no CSS file. There is no CSS library here, like Bootstrap. In Bootstrap, we have the bootstrap.js, bootstrap.css, jQuery.js. But in React.js, React.js, React DOM.js, then Babel.js. That's it. After library, start with the body. Start with the body, and we have the root div, and we have the script. Section of the script is very simple. Section of the script is very simple. This part of the code is very simple. So this is the JavaScript. This is the JSX. This is the JSX. What is the JSX here? React DOM.render. Inside the script only, na? Inside the script section, na? Script type text by Babel. Script type is a text by Babel. Then React DOM.render. H1 hello world. Then document.getElement by ID root. This is the JavaScript code, right? This is the JavaScript code. If you don't know JavaScript, you can't able to write this. If you don't know HTML, you can't able to write this. Then, if you want to learn React, HTML, CSS, JavaScript knowledge is pakka, compulsory. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap knowledge is compulsory pakka. If you don't know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, you can't come to the React.js. You can't able to work on React.js. This code you can't understand. This code, this section of the code you can't understand. Sir, why script tag open? Why script tag close? That is internal JavaScript. What type of JavaScript this is? Internal JavaScript. Okay, so React DOM.render, hello world, then document.getElement by ID root. What I need to render, where I need to render, this is what I need to render, this is where I need to render. That's all enough. Two parameters. Okay, right. Can I execute this program? That's it. So here all these things, note points. This page is great way to try React, but not suitable for the production. Yes, we know that. And it slowly compiles the JSX with Babel. The browser uses a large development build of React. Read this section for product ready setup JSX. Okay. Okay, so in a larger project, you can see integrated toolchain that includes JSX instead. Okay, you can also use React without JSX, in which case you can remove the Babel. This some note points are there. I don't want all these things, so just delete it. This is a simple file. Huh? This is a simple file. Huh? Can I render? Save it. Default browser. What it is going to be happen? Hello world. But this is not normal HTML file. This is not normal HTML. This is a React. This is a React sample application. This is the React sample application. Now tell me, I want to take hello world change to hello React. Where I need to change? Ante kada? Where I need to change? Hello. So this is when we save here. When we save here and make it refresh here, what happened? Hello React. Now I want to take one more hello React. I want to take one more hello React. How to take one more hello React here? H1. Antena? One more H1. Why comma? No commas. No commas. See, in HTML, if you want to take two H1s, one H1, second H1. In the same way, understand one thing, remember one thing, React.render only having two parameters. If you are giving comma, it will go with the three parameters. If you are giving comma, it will go again three parameters. But React.render method will allow only two parameters. First parameter, previously first parameter is this one. First parameter is this one. Second parameter is this one. React.render method allowed only two parameters. Remember the point first. The first parameter is this, comma, second parameter is this. But now my requirement is, Gautam is asking, sir, I need two H1s, sir, or I need three H1s, sir. Then what I need to do? Huh? The thing is, you need to wrap all these elements into the one element. You need to wrap all these three elements into one element. Can I do that? Can I do that? Division. Can I do that? Division. I'm wrapping all H1s into the one division. Now division is one element. Now division is one element, one parameter, comma, another parameter, document.getElement by ID. This is a simple one. Next, save it and render it. Save it and render it. What happened? What happened? I got three elements of. That's it. That's it. So try to understand one point. Try to understand a method called React-render. React-render, which is going to be allowing only two parameters. The first parameter, which is going to be taking some HTML content. Second parameter is going to be the root level division. And in first parameter, if I want to take a multiple elements, then you bind all these elements into the one single element called division. Then automatically it will come to you. Okay, this is the first way of creating the React project. Second way of the creating React project is NPM. Before NPM, so third way I'll go for NPM. And you can do practice with the React.js with online compilers, React online compilers. React online compilers. There are multiple online compilers which are going to be available. Go with the React online compilers also. Just try to do workout React online compilers, then we will go to the NPM. So React online compilers, just go to the react.js.org. We will be having react.js.org over there and come to that. So here, online playgrounds, you can see the second section. Go to the docs, go to the online playgrounds. There are multiple online playgrounds available. One is the CodePen, one is the Sandbox. Just I'm writing that. If you are interested to playing around with React, you can use online code playground. Try a Hello World template on CodePen, Sandbox, and Staglitch. Three compilers are there. Okay, so what I can do now? Go with the first one. What is the first one? CodePen. Go with the CodePen. CodePen, which is going to be having automatically some React playground. You will be having a JS file, Babel file, React.render, hello world, document.getElement by ID root. Everything is predefined up. And you have the HTML. Just open the HTML here. Oh, in HTML, what is available? Root. In CSS, what is available? Nothing. In CSS, what is available? Nothing. Can I do some CSS? Hash. Later we will do that. Come to the JS. What JS containing with? React.render, hello world, React document.getElement by ID root. The same procedure. Let me do that. Then it is going to be giving a take a division, end of what happened? I'm not saving, automatically come. I'm not saving as. Automatically rendering. If I'm taking one more, I'm not doing anything. I'm just copying and pasting. Automatically output is changing. Automatically output is rendering, output is changing. This is the way of writing the online playground. What is the playground called? Code pen. This is code pen. Second one is what? Leave this. Second one is what? Sandbox. Code sandbox. Code sandbox. Hello code sandbox. This is the app.js. And where is the index.js? This is the style.css. So this I told you now. In public folder you will be having index.html. Index.html as usual. Index.html as usual. One root element is there. Root element is there or not? And coming to the index.js, in index.js, app is going to be merged. In index.js, app is going to be merged. But in index.js, app imported. But where is the app? App.js. App is a component, root level component. I told you in the diagram. App.js is the root level component. App.js integrated with the index.js. Index.js integrated with the index.html. App.js is the root level component where you can see the output. In app.js, you can write some hello React. This is actually showing for you. But this app.js integrating with the index.js. Index.js integrating with the index.html. Index.html rendering into the browser. Just reverse process. Okay, so what is this app.js containing with? App.js is having so much things. But I don't want all these things. I want to write hello React. Hello React. Is it clear? I got hello React. I got hello React. And one more thing. So style sheet also imported up. Style sheet also imported. So let me go to the style.css. Text align color. What is the color you want? What is the color you want? What is the color you want? What is the font style you want? Font family. Tahoma. Font style. Tahoma lega. Tahoma gal. Tahoma. Spelling Tahoma. Okay. Adena spelling Tahoma ki. Can I go Verdana? Verdana. Yes, Verdana font. This is Verdana font. Can we see this? So we got some CSS. CSS got updated with the style.css and index.js containing with the app integration. Can I take one more component? Can I take one more component? Can I take a? How to take? What is happening? App is going to be rendering 4 times. App actually placing 4 times. What app containing with? App containing with just hello React. App containing with what? Hello React. Ante okate h1, single h1, but app containing with only one h1. That was actually rendering multiple times here. App. Is it clear? Okay, don't worry. Later we will try all these things. Later we will do all modifications, all manipulations with the React. We will play with the React. We do play with the React.js. So we don't want how much complicated it is, but we have to dig into this. Definitely, I make you people dive into the React.js. You have to dive into the React and you have to swim with the React. React is ocean basically. It's a big ocean, but you have to swim into this. Is it clear? So let me go with another playground. What is another playground, guys? Sandwich. 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 You like sandwich? Huh? Chicken sandwich. Same concept. Same concept. What is the concept here? What is the concept here? The concept is same thing. So you will be having something like app.js, index.js, style.css, something like that. So app.js, I can able to render app.js multiple times. Can I access app.js multiple times? Why not? I can able to access, but the problem is, what is the problem, guys? React-DOM.render. Whenever it is having React-DOM.render only allows 2 parameters. Then we need to say div open, div close. Inside React, if you are finding the error, you can't able to solve it. But if you know the subject, you can solve. If you don't know the subject, you can't able to find where it is giving error. Always it is giving a red color marks. This is code sensitive, sorry, case sensitive, and this is working with Visual Studio Code very good. Visual Studio Code is the best editor for the React.js. That is the reason for the first day onwards, I am starting with the Visual Studio Code. You try to analyze the Visual Studio Code, you try to understand Visual Studio Code. This is a very better editor. So what is happening, guys? What is happening there? And app.js containing with us a lot of things. So app.js having something like a list item. Can I take list item? Order list. OL. LI. So Apple. When we are writing, automatically the component is refreshing. That is React.js. That is React.js. If you are writing, you are updating the component. You are updating app.js. If you are updating app.js, index.js is rendering and automatically index.html is changing. Very, very fast. Very, very fast rendering. That is the reason Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatnot, every applications, WhatsApp, I don't know this one, Messenger. A lot of applications are working with the React.js, and people are actually recruiting React developers and high-level packages. The crazy point is React understanding is not that much. The crazy point is what? Understanding React is not that much easy. So many people are actually teaching React.js. I just observed. They're doing copy paste all this, but we have to write the code. Whenever I'm writing the code, whenever you are writing the code, then only you can understand the React.js. Is it okay? This is clear? And we'll continue the next session with NPM creation. Tomorrow session, I just want to create the project with NPM, and I will explain the architecture of NPM, folder structure, file structure, rendering structure. And we will create a new component tomorrow. App.js is one component, right? We will create a header component, we will create a footer component, we will add this header and footer into the app. We try to create simple template tomorrow session. So yesterday we started about React.js. What are the different ways to create a React project, all these things. And today we will see how to install React.js project or how to create React.js project from NPM. So yesterday class, we discussed something. So how to create a React app. So yesterday we did something. The one thing is CDN links. From CDN links, how to create React app. Second is online editors. Online editors we done so far. And today we are going to be working with NPM npm installation, create app. So for this npm installation and create app, we need to install Node.js first. So I'm just writing the steps first, and after that you have to create the project with me. First of all, what we need to do is, the first step is install Node.js. Install Node.js from nodejs.org. Nodejs.org. After that, check node version. Check node version from command line. From command line, open command prompt, or terminal. So for Mac users, terminal. For Windows users, command prompt. Open command prompt or terminal and give node and -v for node version. Check. Open command prompt or terminal, node -v for node version check. Then npm -v for npm version check. After this, the third point, very important point, create a folder for your apps. And after that, so let me create a folder for our React points. So on top of desktop, I am creating new folder, React apps. I'm creating a folder React apps on top of desktop. This is the folder I'm creating, a new folder I'm creating on top of desktop. And fourth step, from command line, navigate your folder path. This is very important part. So from command line, I'm trying to checking what is the node version, what is the npm version first. Opening the command prompt. In Mac, I'm using Mac. In Mac, you will be having terminal. In terminal, what I'm doing first, node -v. Checking the node version, npm -v for npm version. And after that, I'm moving to the desktop, cd space desktop. I'm in desktop now. Then cd space React apps. I'm in the folder React apps. Now I'm in the folder React apps. The first step is cd desktop, then cd React apps. After that, I need to give a command. So the command is very simple: npx create React app, create -React -app. Then app name. App name is something like demo. So whenever you are going to be creating app name, don't use capital letters. React project name should not be in capital letters. Remember one point. React project name should not be in capital letters and should not be containing any special characters without underscore. And project name did not have spaces. Project name need to be in small letters. And demo, that's it. Demo. I am going to be creating a project with command line npx create -React -app space demo. And make sure that you will be having good internet connection for doing this. Make sure you will be having good internet connection to doing this. So I'm trying to doing this project creation. Click on enter. I'm trying to downloading the project from the internet. And completely node modules, completely packages, libraries, whatever required, things will be downloading for you. Inside the project. So let us wait for some time. To download the complete things. So what is happening? Creating a new React app in users Apple desktop, React apps folder and demo project. Installing packages. This might take a couple of minutes. Based on your internet connection speed. If your internet is good, it will download very fast. If your internet is slow, it will take some time. So this you don't do with the mobile data. If you do with the mobile data, your mobile data is over. So then better you go with the Wi-Fi. If you want, you try with the mobile data. Please do it. So once we installed the project, once we downloaded the project, we will be having the last statement, happy hacking. The last statement is what? Happy hacking. So npm run eject, npm test, npm run build, npm start. There are multiple commands React is recommending to us. So what we need to do now, I just want to move into the project name. So cd space demo. What is our project name? Demo. I just want to enter into the project. cd space demo. And now we are in the demo. Now we are in the demo. So this is the demo here, where you can see the demo. You can see the demo here, and cd space demo is the important command. Don't forget about it. We need to enter into the particular project. And after that, what I need to do is, there is a one more command called npm start. npm start. It is going to be starting the node server. This command is going to be starting the node server npm start. When I do npm start, the project is going to be running its server, and you can able to see execution, and you can able to see the output on top of the browser in your local browser. Whatever the browser you have, default browser you have, the project got created, the project is going to be rendering, and the chakra is moving, React chakra, whatever it may be. So this is what actually the project is. This is the basic output of the first React app. So till this you have to do. This is the first success for the React developers. What is that? Creating project. Once we done the project, what we need to do is just make it down and go to the folder. Open the folder into Visual Studio Code. How to open the folder into the Visual Studio Code? Open folder. So I'm trying to opening my folder. What is the folder I created? Desktop, React apps, and demo project. I created a demo project. Try to open the demo project into say. This will be need to be saved first. Okay. What is the date today? 10. Yeah. So inside this, I want to create this will be in the notes. And project got opened now. Project got opened now. And this project, which is going to be having so many folders. The first folder, which is going to be a demo folder. Demo folder is a project folder, right? So inside the demo, there is a one more folder called node modules. There are a lot of packages. There are a lot of node modules, a lot of packages which are going to be available. Don't delete everything. Don't delete anything. And go to the one more folder called public folder. One more folder called public folder. And one more folder called src folder. And one more file is package log.json. And there are some project default settings, default properties which are going to be available. Log.json you don't delete, and JSON also you don't delete. This JSON is going to be giving the different kind of attributes like name, version, private, some like dependencies. Later we will make changes in the packages.json whenever you are trying to working with the different kind of libraries, attachments. And that is the why reason I don't want to change this one. And the browser list, this is for production greater than 0.2% and not dead, not op mini all. So that's it. So you don't change anything here, and come to the public folder first. Public folder and src folder. Open these two folders first. Open. So you have to edit. You have to make changes in only two folders. The one folder is public folder. One folder is src folder. Majorly we are doing with src folder. Public folder also we are not doing any changes. In public folder, one important file we have, that is index.html. In index.html, what we are going to be having, In index.html, there is some HTML content inside this. You will be having something like div id root, div id root. So root is the basically some id. This is the value. This is the attribute inside the division. This division is actually rendering in the browser. Why? Because every browser can understand only HTML. Every browser. Suppose you go for Chrome, you go for Firefox, you go for Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera. Any browser can understand only HTML. Even React project also browser-related application. We are doing web development. We are doing client page, client-side programming. So it means React renders in browser first. We need to understand that. So browser can able to understand only HTML. That HTML will be what? Index.html. But index.html communicates with index.js. Index.html communicates with index.js. Let me go with the index.js. Where is the index.js which is going to be available? So somewhere script is going to be available to load that. So that is the default one. And come to the public folder only index.html. Then come to the src. Inside the src, there is one file called index.js. 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 You will be having import React from React, import React DOM from React DOM. Two things. And one more is import CSS file. Import CSS file, index.css. Why? Because of if you want to do some style changes, if you want to give some decorations, if you want to give some cosmetic value changes, all these things from the point of index.css. And these two are libraries. And here this is the app importer. So let me try to do one by one. The first one is import React from React, import React DOM from React DOM. I'm not writing all these things. Whenever we are downloading the project, automatically all these things are getting created. And one more is index.css got imported. This is the import process. Import is the keyword. There is the two concepts. One is the import, one is the export. I will tell you in the point of year 6. What is import, what is export. Import is one concept, export is one concept. Import is nothing but importing library, exporting nothing but exporting this file into the another file. There are two files. I just want to make communication with the two files. I want to import some content from this file to this file. Import is required. Import is required here, and I want to make exchange the data from this file to this file. Export is required. Export here, import here. Here I want to do something export is here, import is somewhere. Importing, exporting is very, very important in the React. Why? Because of React working with multiple pages. There are multiple pages, multiple JS files we are going to be creating, multiple components we are going to be creating. For each and every component, whenever you want to exchange the data, then export, import is important. Later I will tell that. Just understand, import is the keyword which is going to be importing the library called React. Import is the keyword which is importing a library called React DOM, and import is the keyword which is going to be downloading or importing something like CSS file. That file is separate. Index.css available over there. Somewhere index.css is there. Somewhere app.js is there. So these two files are actually importing into the index.js. These two files are basically importing into the index.js. Just try to understand. And after that, inside this React.DOM.render, which is the entry point of the React project. JS file entry point. React.DOM.render, React DOM. So we are not working with the normal DOM. We are working with the React DOM. Why? Because of React has virtual DOM. What React can do, React is creating some virtual DOM on top of the original DOM. That is the very reason React popular. Every time we are not hitting on the browser, every time we are not hitting on the real DOM, we are hitting on the virtual DOM. Virtual DOM works like assistant for the person. Virtual DOM works like assistant for a person. So for each and every work, person is not going to be reacting. For each and every work, some assistants are going to be reacting. Some assistant is going to be reacting. Some person not having that much burden. Real DOM not having that much burden. Virtual DOM basically reacting for the chats and all. For example, in your Facebook application, you will be having a messenger or chat. Whenever you are doing chat, the complete application is not responding. The complete DOM is not responding. Only virtual DOM is responding based on your likes. Suppose you are liking something, you are sharing something, you are chatting something in the Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, whatever it may be. So real DOM is not affecting on your work. Real DOM is not affecting, real DOM is not responding for your work. Virtual DOM is going to be responding. Why? Because of whenever you are creating the original DOM, automatically it will create a virtual DOM also on top. Virtual DOM actually reacts for each and every functional part. React original DOM is not affecting. That is the reason this is not going to be hitting the server every time, and it is not going to be having a lot of burden for the customers. So React DOM.render. What is rendering for this? App is going to be rendering. So this strict mode also not required. You can relate it. Strict mode also not required. You can delete it. Okay. So what is rendering over there, guys? App is going to be rendering in the React DOM.render. But where this app is going to be rendering? So I'm telling to you 2 points. One is what I need to render, where I need to render. This is what I need to render. This is the what I need to render. This is the where I need to render. What I need to render and where I need to render. What I need to render, I need to render app on top of the root. I need to place app on top of the root. So that's it. But what is app basically? I don't know what is app contains. So this is the component initialization procedure. In React, whenever you have some component creation, that component is going to be initialized with a syntax. This is the syntax. And whenever you are going to be creating a component, you need to be have some points I will write. Whenever you are going to be creating a component, you need to go with the let me see, where is the notes? I don't know. Okay, let me write somewhere. When we are creating the component, when we are creating some points, I will write basic points in React. When we are creating React project, when we are creating a React project, project name in small letters. Very important points. Very important points we need to remember. Project name in small letters. Project name should not have any special character. Should not have any special characters. Okay. And project name should not be have spaces. Should not have spaces. Project name should not have spaces. Project name in small letters. Project name should not have any special characters. Project name should not have spaces. All these things you need to remember. Without underscore. Underscore is having some special category, guys. Underscore always available. Underscore having actually special category. That is the reason underscore is allowed. But any other special characters which is not going to be allowed. And project name should not have spaces. That is the first fundamental point about the project name. Then whenever you want to create a component in the React.js, component name should start with the capital letters. Capital letters. Suppose I want to create a component. I want to create a component like header.js. I want to create a component called footer.js. Try to remember this. I want to create a component like Srinivas. Okay, Srinivas.js. Yes, capital letter. Don't forget about it. Whenever you are going to be preparing a component in React.js, that should be in the capital letter. And whenever you are trying to using the component, you're exporting the component somewhere. Suppose header, footer, Srinivas, I'm exporting into the app.js. I'm exporting into the app.js. So whenever I'm exporting over there, so just I'm writing here and we need to make it export first. Export. And here we are creating a component and we need to do the export. Export is very important. Export. And whenever you are creating the header.js, we are trying to export this. After export all these things, I have the app.js. I have the app.js. App.js is the root component. App.js is the root component. In app.js, I want to access. I need to import. I need to import. First of all, I need to import the header.js. I need to import. Footer.js. I need to import. Srinivas.js. See, try to understand this. There we need to export, here we need to import. There we need to export, here we need to import. So export header.js, export header.js, and footer.js also export, and Srinivas.js also export. First of all, export is required. When we do the export, then we need to do the import. So when we are doing the import, automatically we can use header, we can use footer, we can use Srinivas in the app.js. How to use header? This is the way. This is the way. So how to use the header? This is something like a self-closed tag. Yes. This is something like a self-closed tag. We need to use header slash. Header slash. I just want to use the footer, then I need to use the footer slash. Try to understand the syntax of the React. So once you understand the syntax of the React, very simple, all the things. First time everybody will confuse, but when you do the practice, automatically React structure, React syntax is very easy to you. Just to follow me, whatever I'm telling to you, I'm just giving you React concepts very easiest way, simple way. Okay, so this is basic points we need to remember first, and come to the project now. Now app is importing whatever the app we are importing, that app I just want to use here. So let me do some modifications, guys. Come to the app.js. App.js is very big. App.js, in app.js, import app.css. App.css everywhere. This is app.css, right? App.css, which is going to be accessing into the app.js. Okay, so in app.js, I have some logo, some running circle is there, na? Running React circle is there, na? That is basically logo. So I don't want that logo. Please delete the logo. I don't want that logo. Just delete the logo. Import logo. I am deleting that. At the same time, inside the div, I don't want any header content. Something like hyperlink is there. Can we see some hyperlink is there here? Okay, this is getting compile error. Failure to compile. What is the problem with the failure to compile? Basically, I'm deleting this one. When I'm deleting that one, here automatically fail. Okay, now we have the logo. So I don't want this logo. I don't want this edit SRC, all these things. I don't want learner React, all these things. I just want to delete all the things. Okay, let it be. So can I remove this logo? I'm removing the logo and I'm removing the complete header part. I don't want complete header part. Just div. Just the root level division. What is the root level division? Returning function app. This is the functional component. In app.js, we will be having the functional components. Components are basically two types. One is the functional component, one is the class component. React is collection of components, right? React is collection of components, collection of bricks. React is component brick, collection of component bricks. But that component you can create or generate in the two different ways. One is the functional component, one is the class component. Basically, class component having some state management system. state lifecycle, but functional component do not have any states and state lifecycles something. So later we will discuss about the functional components and class components, all the things. And here I got a return point. So what this app is going to be returning? App is a simple function app, curly braces open, curly braces close. This is the function block. Inside the function block, return parameter. What is the return parameter? Returning a simple division. Returning a simple division. We know functions in JavaScript, right? We know functions in JavaScript. Return integer, return string, something like. But here, return HTML content. Here, returning is what? HTML content. That HTML content is a division here. So division, some class name, whatever the class name we have, app. Basically, in HTML, if you want to define a class attribute, just class. Class is equal to something like a free inverse. Class is equal to 1, class is equal to 2, we are giving. But in the React, if you want to give the class name, why? Because of this is JSX. This is not normal HTML. If it is normal HTML, how to do the class? H1 space class is equal to 1. H1 space class is equal to something like a header. But here in the JSX, if you want to define the attribute called class, it should be class name. Camel case. Class name camel case. Okay, so let it be. So inside the div, what I want to do? Hello React. I'm happy. I'm happy. So I'm just writing something. Hello React, I'm happy. So I deleted the logo now. Then here the logos are required. Can I delete the logo here? So I'm deleting the logo, just delete it. I don't want logo, guys. Move to trash. And anywhere logo is there now. In public, some logos are there. In public, some logos are there. So that logos also I'm deleting. Can I delete this logo and that logo? So wherever logos are there, I just want to delete that. So favorite icon, I don't want favorite icon. Delete it. And I don't want this logo also. Bigger logo. I want to delete this. Slowly you do all these things. Whatever the things not required for us, I'm just deleting all these things. And finally, you'll be having the hello React, I'm happy. I'm not saving the project. I'm not saving the project. Dynamic rendering. Whenever you are doing some modifications, automatically the localhost 3000 is working. That is a node server. Node server is running in the back, and from node server localhost 3000 it is working. Hello React, I'm happy, something. But by default it is basically textual and center. By default it is basically textual and center. What I want to do for that, I just want to do something. Let me go to the app.js. And here I want to put H1. Can I put H1, guys? So hello React. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the world. Okay, so I'm writing something now. I'm not saving here, and automatically this is going to be changing. Hello React, welcome to the world. So what I want to do now, just go to the app.css. In app.css, logo related CSS, I don't want, delete it. And the media, something like running, right? So that I'm deleting. And app.header, I don't want this. And app.link, I don't want this. Keyframes, rotating 360 degrees. I don't want this. Only app related CSS. Text align center, and font style. This is basically normal CSS. And color should be something like blue. Okay, I need a blue color, and background color I want to go with something like, yeah. So I just want to change the app.css, and you make it a refresh. And hello React, welcome to the world. And I given some background color. I given some color. I given some font style italic and text align center, whatever it may be. So I got my H1. Okay, if I want to change, go to the app.js. You can take a number of components here. What is going to be happen, guys? So I'm taking number of H1s. How many H1s I'm doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 H1s I'm doing. So automatically you'll be having 6 H1s over there. But margin bottom. I want to give some margin bottom for this app.css. Margin bottom something like 5 pixel I'm giving. 5 pixel or 10 pixel, whatever you want, you can. And the border, if you want to give some border, you can specify. Border 4 pixel solid. So first of all, we need to understand the CSS HTML. Without CSS HTML JavaScript knowledge, don't come to the React. Without HTML, CSS, JavaScript knowledge, don't come to the React.js. That is very, very important. So finally, what is the output, guys? Fail. Where is the fail? Okay. So border for what app? But border for H1 gada. So H1 I want to give H1. For H1, what I want to do? These things. H1 I'm giving these things. Yes, it will do now. You got it. You got it. So you will be having multiple components added. How many components we got added? 6 components. How many components we got added? 6 components. Now I'm going with app.js. No, I'm going with index.js. I'm trying to taking one more app. I'm trying to taking one more app. If I want to take one more app, it will give the error. So first of all, React-DOM.render only take 2 parameters. React-DOM.render only take 2 parameters. First parameter, second parameter. First parameter should be a component. Second parameter should be something like document.getElementById root. So first parameter should be a component. So then I'm taking a division here and put 2 apps inside the division. Then automatically it will work. Common sense. That's it. We need to apply some common sense. What is the common sense? React-DOM.render will take only 2 parameters. First parameter is one HTML component. Second parameter is something like a document.getElementById root. What I need to render, where I need to render. 2 points. React-DOM.render follows only 2 points. What I need to render, where I need to render. What I'm rendering division. I'm rendering on top of the root. That's it, guys. So finally, you will be having 2 sections. Finally, we will be having 2 sections. The first section is app and app. So later we will do a lot of things. Okay. So this is browser basically. This is browser. For browser, we are going to be having a lot of things. For browser, what is going to be happening? Browser is going to be having index.html. Browser can lead index.html. Index.html to the browser. And index.html merging to the index.js. Index.html merging to the index.js. Index.js. And index.js containing with the app.js component. Index.js actually having app.js component. App.js component. App.js component is going to be rendering into index.js. Index.js actually loading into index.html. Index.html sending to the browser. So all these are JavaScript files. Index.js and app.js both are JavaScript related. And both are containing with the JSX format. Content syntax will be in the JSX format. And here app.js also we will be having the JSX format. So JSX nothing but JavaScript XML. JSX nothing but JavaScript XML. JSX nothing but JavaScript XML. JavaScript XML. And for example, this is my JavaScript content. This is my JavaScript file. Inside the JavaScript, we are going to be having, this is JS. Inside the JS, we are going to be having HTML content. Basically, normal web pages. In normal web pages, what is going to be happening? Inside HTML, normal JavaScript is going to be placed. Inside HTML, for example, root level, we have the HTML content. level we have the HTML content. Inside this HTML, we will be having JSX code, JavaScript code. That is a normal web page. This is the React web page. This is the normal web page, and this is the React web page. So there is much difference between the normal web page to React web page. Normal web, and this is the React web. There is a much difference between the normal web and React web. In normal website, inside HTML, JavaScript is actually available, and in React.js, all are JS files. Inside JS file, HTML content is going to be rendered. So this is architecture of the React. So this is the main React architecture, React project architecture. This is the main project, React project architecture. And fine, let me save this. And this is going to be architecture. And fine. Now what it is going to be do? So let me go to the project now. Inside project, you try to understand what is going to be happening. Inside the public folder. So this is the demo project, right? This is the demo project. Inside the demo project, we will be having the public folder, SRC folder, node modules folder. Node modules folder, all Node.js related, npm related files are available. We don't disturb all these things. And come to the public folder, you'll be having some favorite icon. We don't need this. And we will be having index.html. Index.html, we will be having something like a div id root. Div id root. This is very, very important. In the browser, you will be having something like a div id root. Div id root. Root element available. Okay. Root item. So you just observe this. And here we have the id root. So that id root is going to be coming to the index.js. Index.js, import React from React, import React DOM from React. There are two libraries, very important libraries. One is import React from React. From React, React is going to become React DOM is going to become. And finally, React DOM.render is the main entry point of the React.js application. React DOM.render function. This is function basically, normal JavaScript function. Inside this function parenthesis, and this strict mode is also not required. You can delete it. We will be having the app component. So the thing is very important. We need to try to understand what we are going to be rendering and where we are going to be rendering. What we are going to be rendering, we are going to be rendering app, and we are going to be rendering on top of the root. So the important thing is what we need to render, where we need to render. This is where we need to render. This is what we need to render. So what we need to render, we are rendering app component on top of the root. So this is the root. This is the root. On top of the root, we are going to be placing a component called app. On top of the root, we are going to be placing a component called app. This is very, very important. We need to understand. And app is nothing but that is one component. That component actually designed with the JS file. So that we need to get understand. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so fine. Now, React DOM.render is the main function. Inside the React DOM.render function, we have the app component, and app component. This is first parameter. This is second parameter. This is first parameter, and this is the second parameter. App is the first parameter, and second parameter is document.getElementById root. So comma separated. First parameter, second parameter, we have the comma separation. First parameter, second parameter, we have the comma separation. React-DOM.render is a function. Inside the function, we have the app, and after that, we have the root. Very, very important. We need to remember this. Okay, let me save it and go to the browser and check it out. We don't have any changes for that. Now I'm coming to the app.js. In app.js, what it is going to be do? App.js, we will be having some functional component. This is called functional component. Functional component. This is called functional component. Let it be. So this will be the functional component. And function app, which is going to be written, function is going to be returning some HTML. So this is the way of, I told you, this is the way of, we will be having the JS. Inside the JS, we will be having the HTML content. Inside the JS, we will be having the HTML content. So very, very simple. So this is the JS function. Inside the JS, we will be having the HTML content. I think this is clear for everyone. Inside JS, we will be having HTML content. JS is the wrapper. JS is a wrapper. JS function, right? This is function. Functions are available in JavaScript. Functions are available in JavaScript. Inside that, we will be having HTML content. That is the architecture of JSX. And this is the architecture of JSX basically. JSX, X nothing but HTML. XML means, so I will tell you the differences between XML and HTML tomorrow. XML nothing but some data storage format. To design something, XML is the very, very important rather than HTML. Why? Because of HTML having all predefined components, but XML having only user-defined components. We are going to be having two types of components here. And normal websites, we will be having HTML elements. In React.js, we will be having the JSX elements. JSX elements. In normal web page, we are going to be having HTML elements. In React websites, we will be having the JSX elements. Try to understand this first. And after that, okay. So inside this, I want to take one more H1. Let me take one more H1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm taking. So I'm taking 4 H1s over there. If I'm taking 4 H1s, automatically browser is reflecting with this. Just I'm taking H1s and saving that. I'm taking H1s, I'm saving that automatically. Load them. Okay, so this is my paragraph. This is my paragraph. So if I'm writing something, automatically something is going to be rendering here. Okay, so for all these H1s, where I can able to change the style. Styles, all CSS is going to be importing from the app.css. That file also predefined. This is a predefined app log. So I don't have any logo, I don't have any media, I don't have any header, all these things. So I deleted all these things, right? I don't want all these things. Just app dot app. Dot app is available a class. So in normal HTML, class attribute we are giving with the class. But in React, we are going to be giving the class with the class name. JSX we are giving with the class name. In normal HTML, we are giving class name or class attribute with the class keyword. But in here, JSX, class is going to be class name. Remember it. Class is going to be class name. And for this class in CSS, we are going to be implementing the style sheet. So text align center. I don't want text align center. Then we can go for the left element. When I say left element, automatically content got updated to the left element. Can we see this? We can see this. If you want to take images, you can take images to Google search. Any image you take, okay. So copy image address and give into the src. Okay, so let it be. Now we got a image placed. So we got headings, we got an image, everything. We got a heading, we got an image, everything. So width is going to be something like 200. So normal HTML. Normal HTML. Height is equal to 100 pixels. Normal HTML I'm writing. If you know HTML very good, then you can do React very good. If you know HTML very good, then React also very good. Okay, so and yeah, so this class name app, for app I want to give something. App I need to give padding inside. Padding I want to give something like 10 pixel, and app have some background color. Skew. So for app I'm giving some background color, and padding I'm giving. So whenever I'm giving padding, so now you got find some space here where I'm getting some space. See here you have some space, right? That space is going to be providing from the padding. The space is going to be providing from the padding. So can I make it more padding? If I'm giving more padding like 20 pixel, your React application is very oh my god. Yeah, so content got actually, you got padding now, right? There is a padding here, padding left, padding top, padding right, and padding bottom. All the way padding is going to be adjusting. All the way padding is going to be adjusting. This is basically React.js. And one thing I want to do now, and after this, inside the app component, I want to merge with some other components like child components. Okay, instead of taking all these things, I want to make it some other child components over there. So how to assign child components means I will create something like, oh, what happened? So this I'm deleting. So if I'm making comment for this, what is the comment for this? What is the comment for this? And just check it out. Hello, React. Okay, fine, coming. So now what I want to do, something like, this is multi-line comment basically. This is multi-line comment. Multi-line comment, before and after you will be having something like curly braces in JSX. Now what I want to do, I want to create a new component in SRC. I want to create a new component. That component is called header.js, something like header.js. So whenever you are creating component, you need to go with the capital letter. Remember it. Component name always starts with the capital letter. Component name always starts with the capital letter, and project name always starts with a small letter. So these are the fundamental points you have to remember. And header.js also, I will take something like this is called header, and header need to be export. Sorry, H capital letter. Header need to be export. And here inside this, I want to return something. What I want to return something like H1. I'll take some H1 over there. H1. This is header. This is header. Okay, header is exporting finally. And what I want to do, and this is component basically, and we need to import import React from React compulsory. Whenever you are creating a new component, compulsory import React from React is compulsory. Okay, so this is the header component. I want to import this header into the app.js. So how it will do? The same way like this. Okay, just make it import header, import header from header, import header from header. Oh my god, this will be in, yeah, in app.js only. And what I want to do, instead of taking the hello React, all these things, instead of taking all these things, I want to take a header. Okay, now header got imported, header got included. Now check it out. Very good. I got header component separately. I got header component separately. That header component placed. Okay, so I'm just deleting the padding like 10 pixel. Okay, that is basically header. Can we see that? Can we see that header got placed properly on top of the page? On top of the page. Inside the app.js, now I take an header. Now I take an header. Let me take my one more component called image set, image component. Let me take one more component like image component, image.js, image.js. In image.js, same like this, and everything is okay, but function image, and we need to export image and return what it is going to be written. I don't want to take the div again. Header also having a div. Again, div not required. Whenever we have multiple components, then only div required, otherwise not required division. Okay, in header.js something, and image.js also, image.js also we will be having something like div. Just delete the div, and the return what it is going to be written. This is going to be written something like a img tag, img src is equal to something. Okay, src I need to place now. src I need to place now. Let me take a copy image address, paste inside the src. Now that is one image. That is one image, and now this image also I need to import into the app.js. Import image from image. See, try to understand. In app.js, I'm trying to adding the two child components. After the header, I want to take a image component. After the header, I want to take the image component. And finally, what is the output of this page? Yeah, I got header, I got image. I got header, I got image. And for this image, I will write CSS. And class name, what is the class name of this? For image, class name is img. Okay, for img, I want to write CSS now. .img, I'm going to be writing the width 200 pixel, right? 400 pixel. That's it. Save it. And can we see now? So that is not changed. Changed or same not changed. Class name is img, and image.js. I don't have any class, right? I don't have any class, but where I'm giving the class? I'm not giving any class for that. Class we need to give for the img. Img class name is equal to img. Oh, here I am giving the class. This is not. This is a different. Now we see this. I got image. Yes, good. Go to the app.css again, and width is not good. Let me make it 250 or 250. Yes. When I make 250, I got image got changed. Automatic refreshing. No need to refresh again and again. And let me go to the app.js. Place multiple images. Place multiple images. If I'm placing multiple images, automatically a lot of images I got placed. What I require is in app.css width is image width is 25% or 23%. What is this percentage means? It is going to be occupying percentage model. Okay, 25%, and I can give the margin for the image. Margin right, 30 pixel. If I give 30 pixel, it will make a range. 30 pixel is more basically. Let me give 20 pixel margin for each and every image. Yeah, now image blog is looking nice. I will take 8 images now. I'll take 22 pixel. We'll take 22 pixel, and app.js I will take 2 more images. Why? Because 4 and 4. 2. I will take 2 images more. Now you see, you got a good look and feel images set. Margin right. No. Instead of giving margin, I will take margin all sides. Margin all sides 10 pixel. If I say margin all sides 10 pixel, it is making good, I think so. Yeah, this is nice now. I thought you got understand how the